Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Deep divers who are out here in the heart of nature. I woke up like this, all magical and fly, and there's no place I'd rather be than by the willow tree. I said there's no place I'd rather be than with the birds, bees, leaves, and trees. Deep divers, we got butterflies floating around. We got the cat down the road chilling. I'm just... breathing in that good ass prana, baby. That was marvelous. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now, deep divers. Raising the vibration. I feel so much better now. Sending you all tons of good ass energy. Take that. Just take all of it, deep divers. The cat down the road said you feel fantastic, and that's great. Look. Shout out to everyone who's joined the YouTube membership. Click join below this video for all new videos and join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart Deep Divers. Click the link down below and be inspired, and go and get the brand new book, Feel Alive 2. Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version, now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/thebook. Deep divers, click the link down below and you're gonna love it. Now, deep divers, question for you. Do you remember this willow tree? Like back in the day, I used to film videos here all the time. Well, it's still here, deep divers. I'm still here, living my best life in the fifth dimension, right? And in this video, we're gonna talk about signs you're living in the fifth dimension. This information right here, deep divers, is gonna blow your mind and inspire you at the same time. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support the real. Hit that like button right now if you support the real, deep divers, because we got a whole lot to talk about. Look, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. So much good is entering your life. If you're ready to receive it, if you're ready to receive all of it, deep divers, just say thank you. Okay, now, signs you're in the fifth dimension. Signs you are living in the fifth dimension. Deep divers, let's talk about it. Like, shout out to all the deep divers out there in the fifth dimension, waking up every single day with a whole bunch of grapes in their mouth, doing a little samba, baby. Now, deep divers, there are levels to this shit. There are also dimensions, and a dimension is all about realizing that there are different versions of reality. And a lot of the times when we remind ourselves, deep divers, we're all born into this world, but it doesn't mean that we're all having the same experience. And once you transcend to the fifth dimension and beyond, life takes on a whole new meaning. You wake up looking amazing, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So we're all born into this 3D world, deep divers. It's messed up. There are wars, there is chaos. There's also a lot of beauty, right? But a lot of the times people don't enjoy it because they're always stressed out by work, by pollution, by a lot of people around them in these busy cities, right? And the 3D is predominantly about ego, competition, separation, right? Well, here comes the fifth dimension. And the fifth dimension, and this is a sign, deep divers, you might already be there, okay? You may already be there. This is a sign that you're living in the fifth dimension. If you have no desire for separation any longer. I said, if you have no desire for separation any longer. You see, a lot of us, we're programmed in this matrix to separate ourselves from other people. That's how the inorganic ones control billions of people, divide and rule, right? So you say, okay, I'm this skin color, you're that skin color. I'm this race, you're that race. I'm this religion, you're that religion. And that's the reason why, deep divers, there are wars in existence. That's the reason why people hate each other. They've never even met. You know why? Because of ignorance. You know why? Because of separation. Well, signs you're living in the fifth dimension is that separation no longer exists in your reality. Because you remind yourself, deep divers, that separation is the greatest illusion ever created. Separation is the greatest illusion ever created. You see, in the fifth dimension, right here, right now, deep divers, you remind yourself of one humanity. You remind yourself everything is connected. And that's the reason why, deep divers, when I started this channel, I'm like, okay, I got people, different shades, different skin tones, different nationalities, even different religions watching my videos. And it's one love to all of you. You know why? Because I know that the truth is we are all connected. We are all connected. And this is a 5D mindset. And if you have that mindset too, that's a sign you're living in the fifth dimension. If you're tired of separation, division, and you're all about unity, and that's the reason why Infinite Waters is a community. Deep divers, right? Full of amazing souls all around the world, raising the frequency. That's a sign you're living in the fifth dimension. Signs you're living in the fifth dimension, deep divers. Let's talk about nature. Oh yeah, my favorite place. Every single day, deep divers, I'm in the heart of nature. That's the reason why I'm looking 22. You know why? Because nature takes care of you. I was adopted by nature from a child. And ever since, I've been living my best life. I've been living my best life, deep divers. Mother Nature loves you. But so many people have stepped outside of the garden. They've stepped outside of Gaia, and that's the reason why their life is spiraling out of control. Because once you lose connection to your divine mother, Gaia, the tree of life, everything is going to go not good for you. But once you're connected to a tree, to life, to the flowers blossoming, once you can see the seasons in nature firsthand, once you can connect with nature firsthand, once you're swimming in the ocean, you're immersing yourself in the elements. This is a sign you're living in the fifth dimension, because it's all about having a direct connection and contact with Mother Nature. There are so many people in this world, in this matrix, living in a concrete jungle. There are so many people in this world who are dying younger than they should. You know why? Because they're chasing a dream. The American dream. They call it, like George Carlin said, they call it the American dream because you got to be asleep. You got to be fast asleep to believe in it, right? It's time to wake up and come outside. Get connected, ground yourself, take off your trainers. They got you disconnected from the ground, from Gaia. That's the reason why so many people have all of these ailments, dis-ease, because once again, we're out of tune with our natural environment. They're creating all of these skyscrapers, all of these buildings, but at the same time, that's the reason why you're trapped. It's all a trap. That's why I don't work in an office. I work in the heart of nature. Deep divers, I don't even work. I just chill in the heart of nature, raising the frequency, and the air is so fresh out here. Whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby, and so pure out here. That's a sign you're living in the fifth dimension. If you crave nature, if you crave environments which have not been altered by man, ooh, you're in the fifth dimension. Deep diver, signs you're living in the fifth dimension. Truth. If you are all about the truth, if you're on this quest for the truth, congratulations, that's a 5D mindset. You see, in the 3D, there is no truth. There is only Maya, the illusion. Every single day, they're manipulating you through the TV, which tells lies to your vision, through the media. The Greek goddess Medea, whose trait was cunning. Every single day, they're programming people. That's the reason why so many people are still under the spell. It's time to wake up and be free. And the 5D, the 5D mindset is all about where you're like, okay, I don't care if it offends what I believe. I just want the truth. And truth shatters beliefs. Slow motion this side. And that's why 5D is all about enlightenment. The fifth dimension is all about enlightenment. And what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is knowing how much you don't know. Everything they told you was a lie from birth. And that's the reason why, deep divers, we have to unlearn everything, to relearn everything, so we can become our greatest versions and go to the next level. Are you with me or are you not? Deep divers, signs you're living in the fifth dimension. Freedom. has no price tag. You know why? Because it's priceless. If you prioritize freedom, if you value freedom, if you're like, screw a 9 to 5, I just want to be free. I want to start my own business. I want to start my own project. I want to connect with like minds and be on the same mission as they are on. If you're like, actually, I don't want to be told what to do 24/7. I don't want to have to put my hand up to go to the toilet. Congratulations. That's a 5D mindset. That's a sign you're living in the 5D, the fifth dimension, because freedom rules supreme. Everyone living in the fifth dimension honors freedom, their sovereignty. But so many people in this matrix, they don't have freedom. They've been bought and paid for. Not me, sold not for sale. Sold not for sale. I've been offered deals, deep divers. I turn them down. You know why? Because I value my freedom. It's not about the money, it's about the freedom. And if you value your freedom, that's a sign you're living in the fifth dimension. Deep divers, signs you're living in the fifth dimension. If you're living in your heart more than your mind. Let me repeat that. If you are living in your heart, deep divers, the heart space, more than your mind, the ego mind, that's a sign you're living in the fifth dimension. You see, there was a picture, deep divers, I saw back in the day, and it's like a child starts out life with a massive heart. As it grows up, the heart shrinks, right? Ever seen that meme? Well, that's how it is. We're all born with a big heart, most of us anyway. And then it starts to shrink because people get hardened, they get hurt by experiences. And it's all about you reminding yourself to keep your heart open and have a big heart to help other people, to share with other people, to remind yourself that we need each other. And if you still have a good heart, a pure heart, a noble heart, that's a sign you're in the fifth dimension, because here we prioritize the heart space over the ego mind. So many people have allowed their egos to rule them. And ego means edging God out, right? Deep divers, signs you're living in the fifth dimension. Love, you're choosing love over everything. There is no space for fear. I'm not afraid of anything, deep divers. You know why? Because I put love first, the most powerful force in the universe. If you are letting love guide you and not fear, congratulations, you're living in the fifth dimension. Deep divers, signs you're living in the fifth dimension. If you are creating your own reality and not living in their world, but you're creating your own world, you're the architect of your own reality, you got a mind of your own, you can think for yourself, congratulations, deep divers, you're living in the fifth dimension. When you remind yourself you are creators and you came here with a supreme gift to create any world you want, any reality you want, this is a sign you're living in the fifth dimension. Signs you're living in the fifth dimension, deep divers. If you prioritize your health, your body, mind, and soul, if you're taking care of your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, you're spending time to meditate, tune in with yourself, get right with yourself, congratulations, you're living in the fifth dimension. What happens in the 3D matrix? A lot of people, they forget about themselves. They let themselves go. They don't take care of their body, their temple. They don't eat good foods that can help them become their greatest versions. And they feel terrible, even though they have some money. In the fifth dimension, we take care of our temple, our body, our mind, our soul, because we remind ourselves this is where we have to live. Your body is where you have to live. We don't live in a house, we live in our body. Slow motion this side. And that's the reason why we have to take care of it. Deep diver, signs you're living in the fifth dimension. You just want to be free. You want to travel. You want to explore. You want to take a trip somewhere you've never been before and talk to strangers you've never met before and do a little samba baby, a little dance you've never done before. Deep divers, 5 signs you're living in the fifth dimension. This eye is starting to open. Your third eye, your Ajna chakra, is starting to crack wide open. Your pineal gland is starting to decalcify. You're starting to see things you've never seen before, hear things you've never heard before, feel things you've never felt before. Your senses are becoming heightened. You're seeing that There is so much more to people than meets the eye. And now you have this ability of clairvoyance, clear sight. You can see through people. Energy never lies. This is a sign you're living in the fifth dimension if you're not listening to what they say, but you're able to read their energy. Energy never lies, deep divers. Signs you're living in the fifth dimension. You're all about peace. You ain't got no time for gossip, drama, anything low frequency or vibrational. Ain't nobody got time for that. You're all about elevation. If it's not helping me evolve, it's a distraction. If you are focusing on yourself right now and where you need to go, where you need to be, and doing everything in your capacity to elevate, congratulations, you're living in the fifth dimension. Because the fifth dimension is all about elevating to the next level all the time. It's not about bringing people down, talking about things which aren't serving you, stirring up the pot, drama, beef, none of that. We're all about elevation. We're all about that healthy life. Whoa! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Deep divers, I'm having a good time out here. Signs you're living in the fifth dimension. You're having fun. You're having a good time. You're enjoying life. You're not doing things that your heart is not in agreement with. Anything you're doing because you love to do it. I don't have a job just over broke. I've got a job, joy over boredom. I chose this life. You're reminding yourself you chose this life. You're taking accountability, responsibility, and you're reminding yourself you chose this life. I chose this life. If you are taking accountability and responsibility, that's a sign you're living in the fifth dimension. Because you know at any time you can change this life into whatever you want. Deep divers, signs you're living in the fifth dimension. You don't worship money. Money is important as a tool in the matrix, but it's not the be all and end all. Because you remind yourself you are the money, you are the energy you're working for. They call money currency for a reason, because money is energy. But what is the greatest energy? It's the energy presiding within ourselves. We are the energy. I am the energy, deep divers. I am the money. I'm the wealthiest man alive, raising the frequency. So I don't worship money. I use money, but I don't worship money. And if that's your mindset, congratulations, that's a sign you're living in the fifth dimension, because you remind yourself a human being is more valuable than $1 trillion, because we are priceless. We are the creme de la creme. Amazing. The Holy Grail. Signs you're living in the fifth dimension, deep divers. You want to see other people win. You want to see other people level up. You want to see other people go to the next level of greatness. You're not a hater. You're here to elevate people, lift people up. This is a sign you're living in the fifth dimension. If you want to see other people prosper, because that means you want to prosper yourself. If you are always hating on other people, that's a sign you hate yourself. In the fifth dimension, we love ourselves. We accept ourselves. Therefore, we're rooting for other people to come up. Every single day, I'm like, hey, that person watches my videos. They write to me. They're like, Ralph, thanks so much for your videos. I started this business. I'm like, fantastic. Go for it. I've mentored people, deep divers, who have surpassed me in terms of content creation, and I love it. Because you know why? I'm an original. And I'm happy that you are following your calling. It doesn't take anything away from my greatness to honor your greatness. Slow motion this side. That's a 5D mindset. I said it doesn't take anything away from my greatness to honor your greatness. Deep divers, signs you're living in the fifth dimension. You're all about people. Surrounding yourself with people. Because we have to remind ourselves in the 5D, there is only unity, connection, and we remind ourselves that it's one humanity. Life is all about relationships and people and having wonderful experiences with people we love. And this is what matters. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Yeah. Deep divers, let's breathe. Whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support The Real. Hit that like button right now if you support The Real Deep Divers. Share this video, subscribe to the channel, and join the YouTube membership. Click join below this video and join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart Deep Divers. Click the link down below and be inspired, and go and get the brand new book Feel Alive 2, Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version, now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the-book. Click the link down below, Deep Divers, and go and get the good ass prana shirts, Deep Divers, all new designs you're gonna love for men, women, children, even cats down the road at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, whoa, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing, well, go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, Deep Divers, make sure you book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep Divers, they tried to bury us. They forgot we were seeds. We're in the 5th dimension, Deep Divers. I said we're in the 5th dimension. Doing a little samba, baby. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You! Once again, Deep Divers, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real, and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. One love. Peace.